Gospel of John, chapter 4. Gospel of John, chapter 4. We begin to read from verse 5, the ministry of our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water. The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water? Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle? Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw. Jesus saith unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband. In that saidst thou truly. The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Jesus saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship ye know not what. We know what to worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. The woman saith unto him, I know that Messiah cometh, which is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. Jesus saith unto her, I that speak unto thee am he. And upon this came his disciples, and marvelled that he talked with the woman. Yet no man said, What seekest thou? Or why talkest thou with her? The woman then left her water pot, and went her way into the city, and saith to the men, Come, see a man which told me all things that ever I did. Is not this the Christ? Then they went out of the city and came unto him. In the meanwhile, his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Therefore said the disciples one to another, Hath any man brought him aught to eat? Jesus saith unto them, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Say not ye, There are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest. Behold, I say unto you, Lift up your eyes, and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. And he that reapeth receiveth wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. May God add his blessing to that further reading of his word. Grant us all understanding.
Okay. Remember eternal things. James chapter 5 verse 1. Quote, You rich people, listen. Cry and be very sad, because much trouble will come to you. Quote. I have been preaching from James. It is a letter. A man named James wrote it and sent it to Christian people. Who was James? He was Jesus' half-brother and the pastor of the church in Jerusalem. In chapter 5, verses 1 to 6, James challenged people who are not Christian. James had strict words, but this letter was for Christian people, right? So, why did James challenge non-Christian people? The answer is in verse 7. Quote, Brothers and sisters, be patient. The Lord will come. Quote. James challenged non-Christian people, then wrote words for Christian people. James wanted the Christian people to remember that Jesus will come. I will explain what this means. James compared Christian people and non-Christian people. Non-Christian people, rich life, smooth life, few problems, but sad also, and no peace. They focus only on things they can have now. Christian people may be poor, maybe some problems, but happy and great peace from God. Christian people should not focus on things now. Christian people should think about the future when Jesus will come. Christian people must remember, don't be greedy. Don't want many things in this world. Those things will not continue forever. The world's things will all finish when Jesus comes again. I must love Jesus the most and want him more than the world. Verse 1. Oh, you rich people, listen. Cry and be very sad, because much trouble will come to you. Means all rich people? Means rich Christian people also? No. This verse is a challenge to rich people who love the world and the world's things. James wrote about rich, not Christian people in chapter 2, verses 6 to 7. Quote, you know that the rich are the ones who always try to control your lives, and they are the ones who take you to court, and the rich are the ones who insult the wonderful name of Christ, the name by which you are known. Unquote. Those people think, I do not need God, I can care for myself. James challenged those people. Why? To help Christian people compare and understand the Christian life is better. Sometimes I make a mistake. Sometimes I think the not Christian life is better. Maybe I feel jealous. I want to copy the not Christian people. I feel tempted. I start to want the world's things. This is called materialism.
Hang on a second.
Okay. I must remember, not Christian people are not happy. They have no peace. Verses 2 to 3. Quote, your riches will rot and be worth nothing. Your clothes will be eaten by moths. Your gold and silver will rust, and that rust will be a proof that you were wrong. That rust will eat your bodies like fire. You saved your treasure in the last days. Unquote. The world's things will not continue forever. They will become damaged and finish. I must not rely on the world's things. Verse 4, quote, people worked in your fields, but you did not pay them. They are crying out against you. They harvested your crops. Now the Lord all-powerful hath heard their cries. Unquote. People who love the world become greedy. Maybe they start to cheat people. They want to get more money, more and more. I start to love the world's things. Maybe I will become greedy also. My character will become damaged. Other sins will grow inside me. Selfish, greedy, cruel. My good parts will become less and less. That is very sad. Verse 5, quote, your life on earth was full of rich living. You pleased yourselves with everything you wanted. You made yourselves fat, like an animal ready for the day of slaughter. Unquote. This verse is very serious. People who love the world only make themselves happy for a short time. Like a pig eating good food, becoming fat. At the end, what happens? The farmer kills the pig and eats it. Same for not Christian people. They become richer and richer. But at the end, what happens? God judges them and punishes them. They die and they are finished. Their money does not help them. Verse 6, quote, you showed no mercy to good people. They were not against you, but you killed them. Unquote. Remember, when I love money and the world, I become far from God. I become full of sin. The world cannot help me. Verse 7, quote, brothers and sisters, be patient. The Lord will come. So be patient until that time. Unquote. In verses 1 to 6, James challenged not Christian people and showed how they live. In verse 7, James changed. He started to teach Christian people. What did he say? Be patient. Means I must not love the world. Maybe I am not patient. I think I can't wait for Jesus. I want good things now. I want the best house, the best car, the best TV, many rich things. Means I become near to the world and far from God. No, I must wait patiently. I must be careful with the things I have in this world. I must not have too much. I can have some things, yes, but not too much. I must control myself. I must be patient and wait for Jesus to come. I can check myself. How? I can think, what would happen if God wanted me to move to a poor area in the world? Would I be ashamed of my house? Would I seem too rich? Maybe I think my home is too rich. I can sell some things and use the money to support God's work. Verse 7, quote, "The Lord will come," unquote. I must remember that Jesus will come. If I have too many things in this world, I am not ready to meet Jesus. If I love the world, means I do not love Jesus. Example, at Christmas time, people give presents. People who love the world give very big presents, expensive presents. They spend a lot of money. Why? Because they love the world's things. I am a Christian, but maybe I give my children expensive presents also. Means I am teaching them to love the world. I am teaching them materialism. That is crazy. Every day I pray with my children and I teach them from the Bible. But on Christmas Day, I teach them to love the world. I must be careful. I must not love the world, and I must not teach my children to love the world. I am a Christian. I must behave differently to non-Christian people. Verse 2, quote, "Your riches will rot and be worth nothing. Your clothes will be eaten by moths," unquote. Rich clothes in the world will become damaged. Moths will eat them. I am a Christian. I have spiritual clothes and spiritual riches. Spiritual riches means I know about Jesus Christ and I learn more and more every day. I learn about God's plans. I pray and God answers me. Spiritual clothes, Jesus' perfect life. Jesus' life covers me, means I am allowed to go to heaven. I have good spiritual riches. I don't need the world's things. Verse 3, quote, "Your gold and silver will rust," unquote. Rust means gold and silver will become dirty and damaged over time. My spiritual riches will never become damaged. God will always be near me. I will always remember God's help and blessing. Verse 4, quote, "People worked in your fields, but you did not pay them," unquote. Rich people are cruel. I am not cruel. God has changed me. Now I am a Christian, and I am full of love. I want people to find Jesus Christ. Verse 5, quote, "Your life on earth was full of rich living," unquote. I am different. I do not have a rich life on earth. I have riches with Jesus Christ. I must behave different to not Christian people. Verse 7, quote, brothers and sisters, be patient. The Lord will come. So be patient until that time. Look at the farmers. They have to be patient. They have to wait for their valuable crop to grow and produce a harvest. They wait patiently for the first rain and the last rain. James used an example. The farmers are patient. They know they cannot control how their plants grow. I am the same. I must not try to get many things on earth. I must wait and be patient. I must remember Jesus will come. Verse 8. You must be patient too. Never stop hoping. The Lord is coming soon. I must not focus on this world. I must focus on the last day when Jesus will come. Example, maybe I need a new house or a new car. I should do what? Find a new house quickly, a new car quickly. I do not use a lot of time to dream about it, think about it for a long time. No. I must save my time and not love the world. I must check myself. Is there something I love more than God? Do I worship things in this world? Do I use all my time thinking about this world's things? When Jesus comes again, what will he think about me? Will I be ashamed because I love the world too much? Or can I say, Jesus, I used my whole life to serve you. I did not love the world. Verse 9. Quote, brothers and sisters, don't complain against each other. Unquote. I must remember all my spiritual riches. I remember I have a new family. My Christian brothers and sisters in the church. I must not criticize or complain and damage my new family. Maybe I don't complain with my words. Maybe I just criticize Christian people in my mind. But I still have sin. I must not criticize my Christian brothers and sisters. Verse 9, quote, if you don't stop complaining, you will be judged guilty. Unquote. Who will judge me? God. Means what? Will God throw me out of his family? No. I am always a Christian. But maybe God will treat me strict. Maybe God will allow arguments in the church and take away our peace. I must remember I have many spiritual riches now. I must not ignore my spiritual riches. I must not forget God's blessing and help. I must think about Jesus. I must think about the last day when Jesus will come. I must think about eternal things and remember the best things are in heaven. May the Lord help us to remember eternal things and stay far from the world things. Amen.